horses became my biggest passion. And then David went to Stanford. And even though by then I was a teenager, I was kind of over the whole I'm going to be my big brother, but I'd outgrown it a little bit. I still came to love Stanford through his eyes. And so I went there too, just like my brother. So anyway, the two stories that I want to tell about my brother actually happened in the last 7 years. So like comparatively recent considering. And they're simple stories, but they impacted me deeply, so I'm going to try to set the stage as best I can. In 2010, I applied to Stanford, fully believing that I would not get in. I was not as cool as David. I didn't deserve to go there. I was so certain that I wasn't going to get in that I'd already decided on Virginia Tech, in my mind, an achievable school. I'd picked out my major, I'd met with the department, I'd even investigated where I was going to board my horse in Virginia. I was ready. But in December, shortly before winter break, I got my acceptance letter from Stanford. And suddenly, I was no longer going to a school a few hours from home to major in animal science and work on farms for the rest of my life. Instead, I was going to leave behind everything I'd ever known and move 3,000 miles away. I was terrified. David might actually remember the several homes that we lived in. My memory is entirely Wilmington, Delaware, and Chadds Ford. But a few days after I found out I was going, because you get in, you're like, okay, I'm gonna go. David came home for Christmas, and he grabbed me by the shoulders and he kind of shook me a little bit and said over and over to me, you got in. And
surprise.
And I remembered I wouldn't be alone. He also handed me my first piece of Stanford swag. It was a little bottle opener, and I still have it on my keychain. So fast forward a little under 7 years. I was happily living in San Francisco with friends, settled into a job I loved, living in a nice house next to the park. So obviously it was time to uproot and make another major life change. So I applied to medical school, and despite getting into a UC, I got into the one farthest away from what I'd come to now. And I managed to matriculate to a school, despite being in California, where I don't know a single other student in my class. Again, I was terrified. Scared to move away from all the friends I'd just made. Scared to start. Medical school is not exactly known for being easy or a fun time. But David and Kristin came to my white coat ceremony and spent their weekend doing their holiday weekend, literally doing the most unfun activity on the planet, moving me into my new apartment. And they did it happily with a supportive attitude. I was so impressed because they were there getting ready for their wedding on a rare vacation from work, and they were schlepping boxes into my apartment and still asking me what more they could do for me. And then I remembered that I was not alone. So, the two of you have always been there for me. You're an amazing couple. I'm so glad I finally get a sister. Had brothers for a really long time. So, cheers to David and Kristin for always being supportive.